Most people think wealthy people drive luxury cars, wear designer clothes, and post their success online. But the truth is, the richest people you will ever meet often look completely normal. They don't show their wealth. They build it quietly. Today, I'm going to share 6 habits of people who are secretly wealthy. If you adopt even a few of these habits, your financial life will change faster than you think. Let me tell you something most financial gurus won't say. Wealth is not built with big wins. It is built with boring, consistent habits that compound over time. Secretly wealthy people don't chase trends, they follow systems. They don't look rich, they become rich. In this speech, I'll break down the exact habits they follow every single day, so you can start building real wealth quietly and strategically. Secretly wealthy people have a simple rule that guides almost every financial decision they make. They always spend less than they earn. It sounds basic, but this habit is the foundation of real wealth, and it is where most people fail. When income increases, most people increase their lifestyle. They upgrade their phone, car, house, vacations, and daily spending. From the outside, it looks like success, but behind the scenes, their savings rate stays low and their financial stress stays high. Secretly wealthy people do the opposite. They treat raises, bonuses, and new income as an opportunity to widen the gap between what they earn and what they spend. That gap becomes their engine for investing, security, and freedom. They understand that wealth is not about how much you make, but how much you keep and grow. A person earning a modest income but saving 40% can become wealthier than someone earning a high income but saving nothing. This mindset makes them disciplined. They track their expenses, set clear limits, and make intentional choices. They know where their money goes, and they don't let small daily expenses silently destroy their future. They see every unnecessary expense as a lost investment opportunity, because every dollar spent today is a dollar that cannot compound tomorrow. Secretly wealthy people also detach their identity from spending. They don't need expensive brands, luxury cars, or constant upgrades to feel successful. They understand that visible consumption often hides financial insecurity. Instead, they prioritize peace of mind, flexibility, and long-term security. They prefer a simple lifestyle that allows them to invest aggressively and sleep well at night. This doesn't mean they never enjoy life, but their enjoyment is intentional, planned, and aligned with their values rather than driven by impulse. Another key part of this habit is consistency. They don't save only when it feels convenient. They treat saving and investing like a non-negotiable bill. Before they spend on anything else, they pay themselves first. This creates a powerful compounding effect over time. Even small amounts invested consistently can grow into significant wealth. They know that time in the market beats timing the market, and the habit of spending less than they earn ensures they always have money working for them. They also plan for the future. Secretly wealthy people think in decades, not days. When making a purchase, they consider the opportunity cost. They ask themselves, if I invest this money instead, what could it become in 10, 20, or 30 years? This long-term thinking changes behavior. It makes them more patient, more strategic, and less emotional with money. They delay gratification because they understand that future freedom is more valuable than temporary pleasure. In the end, spending less than you earn is not about deprivation. It is about control. It gives you power over your time, your choices, and your future. It removes stress, creates options, and builds a strong financial foundation. This single habit, practiced consistently, separates people who look rich from people who actually are wealthy. Secretly wealthy people automate investing because they understand how human psychology works. They know motivation is unreliable, discipline fades, and life gets busy. So instead of relying on willpower, they build systems that work even when they are distracted, tired, or emotional. Automation removes friction. The money is invested before they have a chance to spend it, second-guess it, or delay the decision. Over time, this turns investing from a hard choice into a background process that quietly builds wealth. They treat investing like a fixed expense, just like rent or electricity. The moment income hits their account, a portion is automatically transferred into investment accounts, retirement funds, or brokerage portfolios. This approach ensures consistency, which is more important than perfect timing. Secretly wealthy people are not trying to predict the market every week. They know that steady, regular contributions over years and decades outperform most short-term strategies. Automation guarantees that consistency. even during market downturns or periods of uncertainty. Another reason they automate investing is emotional control. Markets go up and down, news is noisy, and fear and greed can destroy returns. When investing is automated, they are less likely to panic sell during crashes or chase hype during bubbles. The system keeps buying through highs and lows, benefiting from dollar-cost averaging. When prices drop, their automated contributions buy more shares. When prices rise, they benefit from appreciation. This removes the stress of decision-making and protects them from their own impulses. Secretly wealthy people also value time. They know that managing money manually every month is inefficient. Automation frees mental energy so they can focus on earning more, building businesses, learning new skills, or enjoying life. Wealth is not just about money, it is about freedom. By automating investing, they reduce the cognitive load of financial management and create a predictable, scalable system that grows with their income. As their income increases, they increase automated contributions. This creates a powerful compounding loop. More income leads to more automatic investing, which leads to more assets, which leads to more passive income. Because the system is already in place, they don't need to renegotiate their habits every time they get a raise. The default is always growth. This is why secretly wealthy people often appear effortless in their financial progress. The real work was done up front when they designed the system. They also diversify through automation. Contributions may be split across retirement accounts, index funds, real estate platforms, and other asset classes. This reduces risk and ensures that their wealth is not dependent on a single investment. Automation enforces diversification without requiring constant manual adjustments. Over decades, this balanced approach significantly reduces volatility while still capturing long-term growth. In the end, automating investing is about turning good intentions into guaranteed action. It removes procrastination, reduces emotional mistakes, and ensures that wealth building happens consistently, quietly, and efficiently. This habit transforms ordinary earners into quietly wealthy individuals because it aligns behavior with long-term financial success, without requiring daily effort or constant decision-making. Secretly wealthy people avoid bad debt because they understand that not all debt is equal. They see debt as a tool that can either accelerate wealth or destroy it. Bad debt is money borrowed for things that lose value or do not generate income, like luxury cars, gadgets, expensive vacations, or impulsive shopping. These purchases feel good in the moment, but they create long-term financial pressure. Interest keeps accumulating, monthly payments reduce cash flow, and opportunities to invest are lost. Secretly wealthy people are highly aware of this hidden cost, so they are extremely selective about what they finance. They think of debt in terms of leverage and drag. Good debt can help acquire assets that grow or produce cash flow, such as real estate, businesses, or education that increases earning power. Bad debt, on the other hand, drags their finances down. It locks them into obligations and reduces flexibility. Wealthy-minded individuals value flexibility because it gives them options. They want the freedom to invest, change careers, start ventures, or take time off. High consumer debt makes all of that harder, which is why they treat it like a financial enemy. Another key reason they avoid bad debt is compounding. Interest on debt compounds against you, while investments compound for you. Secretly wealthy people are obsessed with compounding, and they are very aware of which direction it is working. When they carry high-interest debt, they are effectively paying someone else to use money today, sacrificing future wealth. They see every interest payment as money that could have been invested. This mental framework makes them uncomfortable with unnecessary borrowing, especially for depreciating assets. They also understand that debt influences behavior. When someone has large monthly payments, they are forced to make conservative choices. They may stay in jobs they hate, avoid taking risks, or miss opportunities because they need stable cash flow to service debt. Secretly wealthy people want control over their time and decisions, so they minimize obligations that trap them. By avoiding bad debt, they reduce financial stress and increase their ability to think long-term and strategically. Secretly wealthy people are not anti-debt, they are anti-stupid debt. They use leverage carefully, with clear expectations of return and risk. Before taking on any debt, they ask hard questions. Will this increase my income or net worth? Is the interest rate reasonable? Do I have a margin of safety? Can this decision survive worst-case scenarios? If the answer is no, they walk away. This discipline protects them from lifestyle traps that keep many high earners financially fragile. They also focus on cash flow. Bad debt consumes cash flow without producing anything in return. Good assets, on the other hand, can generate cash flow that pays for themselves. Secretly wealthy people design their financial life so that assets fund their lifestyle, not liabilities. This mindset leads them to delay gratification and choose investments over status purchases. They would rather look average today and be financially free tomorrow than look rich today and be broke later. In the end, avoiding bad debt is about protecting future wealth. It keeps compounding working in their favor, preserves flexibility, reduces stress, and accelerates financial independence. This habit quietly separates people who are building real wealth from those who are just financing an expensive lifestyle. Secretly wealthy people focus on long-term assets because they understand the difference between things that grow and things that shrink. Most purchases in life lose value the moment you buy them. Cars depreciate, electronics become outdated, fashion trends change, and luxury items often have little resale value. These things can be enjoyable, but they do not build wealth. Long-term assets, on the other hand, are designed to increase in value or generate income over time. This is where quietly wealthy individuals concentrate their money and attention. They think like owners, not consumers. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" they ask, "What can I own that will pay me back?" Stocks, index funds, businesses, real estate, intellectual property, and valuable skills are all assets that can compound. Secretly wealthy people consistently redirect their surplus income into these areas. They know that the true power of wealth comes from ownership, not salary alone. Salary stops when you stop working. Assets keep working even when you sleep. Time is their biggest advantage, and long-term assets reward patience. Compounding takes years to show dramatic results, which is why many people give up early. Secretly wealthy people are comfortable with slow progress because they understand exponential growth. They are willing to invest for decades, not months. They don't panic over short-term market noise, and they don't chase quick wins. Their strategy is simple: buy quality assets, hold them, and let time do the heavy lifting. They also understand diversification. Long-term assets are spread across different categories to reduce risk. Some assets grow in value, others produce steady cash flow, and some act as protection during economic downturns. This balanced approach helps them stay calm during volatility. When one asset class is down, another may be up. This stability allows them to stick to their strategy without emotional reactions that destroy returns. Another important aspect is reinvestment. Secretly wealthy people reinvest dividends, profits, and cash flow instead of spending everything. When an asset pays them, they often use that money to buy more assets. This creates a compounding loop where assets buy more assets. Over time, this snowball effect can become powerful. What starts as small investments can grow into significant portfolios simply through consistent reinvestment and patience. They also invest in assets that increase their earning potential. Skills, education, and personal brands are long-term assets that can multiply income. A new skill can open higher paying opportunities, a business can scale, and a strong reputation can attract clients and partnerships. Secretly wealthy people treat learning as an investment, not an expense. They are always improving their ability to create value, knowing that this is one of the highest return investments available. Emotionally, focusing on long-term assets requires discipline. It means saying no to many things that look attractive today. It means delaying gratification and trusting a future that is not guaranteed. Secretly wealthy people manage this by having a clear vision of financial independence. They know what they are building toward, and that vision keeps them consistent even when progress feels slow. In the end, long-term assets are the engine of quiet wealth. They transform income into ownership, ownership into cash flow, and cash flow into freedom. By consistently prioritizing assets over liabilities, secretly wealthy people build a financial system that grows stronger every year, often without anyone noticing until the results become impossible to ignore. Secretly wealthy people stay quiet about money because they understand that visibility can be expensive. Talking too much about income, investments, or net worth attracts attention, expectations, and sometimes pressure. When people know you have money, they may treat you differently, ask for favors, or judge your choices. Quietly wealthy individuals prefer privacy because it protects their peace of mind and keeps their financial life simple and controlled. They also understand that bragging creates a psychological trap. When someone publicly displays wealth, they feel pressure to maintain that image. This often leads to lifestyle inflation, unnecessary spending, and risky decisions just to keep up appearances. Secretly wealthy people avoid this trap by keeping their financial progress low-key. Without an audience, they are free to make rational decisions that serve their long-term goals instead of feeding their ego. Another reason they stay quiet is security. Public displays of wealth can increase the risk of scams, fraud, and even personal safety issues. Wealthy individuals who value privacy reduce the amount of personal financial information available to others. They keep their assets structured, their lifestyle modest, and their details limited. This approach lowers risk and keeps their financial strategy out of the spotlight. They also understand that money can change relationships. When friends, family, or colleagues know someone is wealthy, dynamics can shift. Some people may feel envy, others may feel entitled, and some may distance themselves. Secretly wealthy people often prefer to keep their financial status neutral so relationships remain genuine. They want to be valued for who they are, not for what they have. This emotional intelligence helps them maintain healthy personal and professional connections. Staying quiet also helps them stay focused. When you constantly talk about money, you invite opinions, noise, and distractions. Everyone has advice, predictions, and judgments. Secretly wealthy people filter out this noise by keeping their plans private. This allows them to think clearly, stick to their strategy, and avoid being influenced by trends or fear-driven conversations. They also believe that wealth is built in silence and revealed in results. Instead of announcing goals, they quietly work toward them. Instead of posting progress, they track it privately. This creates a sense of internal motivation rather than external validation. They measure success by freedom, stability, and growth, not by social media reactions or public recognition. Emotionally, staying quiet about money reduces stress. There is no pressure to explain decisions, justify spending, or defend investments. They can live below their means without judgment and make unconventional choices without criticism. Privacy gives them mental space to experiment, learn, and adapt without feeling exposed. In the end, silence is a strategic choice. It protects relationships, reduces risk, prevents lifestyle traps, and keeps the focus on long-term wealth building. Secretly wealthy people understand that real wealth does not need an audience. The less you talk about money, the more control you often have over it, and the easier it becomes to grow it quietly and sustainably. Secretly wealthy people invest in knowledge because they understand that money follows understanding. Markets change, technology evolves, industries rise and fall, but the ability to learn, adapt, and make smart decisions stays valuable forever. They see their mind as the most important asset they own, so they continuously upgrade it. Books, courses, mentors, real-world experience, and thoughtful conversations are all part of their long-term strategy. They are not chasing random information, they are building a mental framework that helps them make better financial, business, and life decisions. They understand that knowledge compounds just like money. A single insight can change how they invest, negotiate, build systems, or manage risk. Over time, these insights stack, creating an unfair advantage. While others repeat the same mistakes, secretly wealthy people learn from data, from others, and from their own failures. They treat mistakes as tuition, not trauma. This mindset allows them to move faster and smarter with each cycle. Investing in knowledge also increases earning power. Skills like communication, negotiation, marketing, coding, finance, leadership, and problem-solving can dramatically raise income. Secretly wealthy people are always improving their ability to create value. They know that the fastest way to grow wealth is often to grow income first. A new skill can unlock better jobs, higher rates, or scalable businesses. They don't wait for formal education systems to teach them. They proactively seek learning opportunities that are relevant and practical. They also learn about money itself. Many people earn money without understanding how it works. Secretly wealthy people study investing, taxes, economics, psychology, and risk management. This knowledge protects them from scams, bad deals, and emotional decisions. It helps them recognize opportunities early and avoid common traps. Financial literacy gives them confidence and control, which is why they prioritize it. Another key aspect is learning from people. Mentors, peers, and experts shorten the learning curve. Secretly wealthy people value networks and relationships that expose them to smarter thinking. They ask questions, observe patterns, and apply lessons. They are humble enough to admit what they don't know and curious enough to seek answers. This openness accelerates growth far more than trying to figure everything out alone. They also understand that learning never stops. What worked 10 years ago may not work today. Industries evolve, regulations change, and new tools emerge. Secretly wealthy people stay updated, experiment, and refine their strategies. They don't cling to outdated beliefs just because they worked in the past. Adaptability is part of their long-term survival and success. Emotionally, investing in knowledge builds confidence. When you understand how systems work, uncertainty feels manageable. Instead of fearing the market, they analyze it. Instead of guessing, they model outcomes. This reduces anxiety and increases decisiveness. Knowledge turns chaos into patterns and risk into calculated moves. In the end, investing in knowledge is the invisible habit behind visible success. Money can be lost, businesses can fail, markets can crash, but a well-trained mind can rebuild again and again. Secretly wealthy people know that the highest return investment is often the one you make in yourself, because it shapes every financial decision you will ever make. So when you look at secretly wealthy people, remember this: their success is not magic, luck, or overnight. It is the result of quiet habits repeated every day. They spend intentionally, invest automatically, avoid destructive debt, build assets, stay private, and constantly upgrade their knowledge. If you adopt these habits, you may not look rich next year, but you will build a financial life most people never reach. Wealth is built in silence with discipline, patience, and systems that compound over time. Start quietly, stay consistent, and let your results speak.